All right, everybody, welcome back to Sin City Living. This is Jason bringing you today's video. This one will be a little bit of a shorter video. It's just in response to a question we had received, I believe, via email, talking about dealer tokes and what the dealers may prefer. The person emailing me told me how they usually do it and just asked for a little bit of clarification on it. So let's go over the variety of dealer tokes real fast. You, of course, have your usual right next to the dealer on the pass line. You also have a relatively common all the hard ways for the dealers. Every so often you'll get something like a dealer 12. And then of course you have your inside or across, whatever it may be. Do $6 across, or maybe do $5 if you've got them on the line. And then you can, of course, do other things, add to it, such as odds and things along those lines. So real fast for everybody, sorry for the interruption, but just want to let you guys know, for those of you guys that don't live near a casino or are looking for a cheaper, cheap little way to test out your strategies and such, I did finally find an online casino that's pretty legit called BetUS. And if you're interested in it, take a look at the links down below. I linked to a couple of their sign-up specials. They even have live dealers. They have craps, which is huge. Great sports book. So check it out if you guys are interested. So with the dealer tokes, there's a couple things to answer the question. To answer the first part of the question, he usually bets the inside, and he says that when it comes down, he replaces it. And he asks if the dealers would prefer that method or would prefer a player control kind of thing where he presses them up to something a little bit better. And at what point do the dealers want to collect? At what point do they want to get their money? So that's kind of a complicated question because I can't speak for every dealer. I can just tell you what is most common. Now, I do know dealers that, especially if the player is bringing them back up every single time, prefer to just win their $2, their dollar and down, $2 and down. So there definitely are dealers that like that, especially if it's going to come back up every single time. Now, those dealers, I'm not going to say are few and far between, but they're definitely the minority. Probably one in 5 dealers are like that, maybe. Generally, the dealers prefer to make the bets move, to push them up a little bit higher, to press them. Because the thing is, we're splitting this anywhere between 200 to 1,000 ways, depending on what property you're at. So $2 and down, say 6 rolls, you get your buck. So $2 and down, right? 200 pennies. If you had a big property center strip, it takes 5 of those to make a cent. So the dealers don't really see too much of an impact on that. Now it can add up, and it absolutely does add up. One thing I try and explain to the dealers is, with a little bit more friendliness, a little bit more personality, the dealers could probably add $25 to $50 a day in what they made if every single dealer was a little bit more friendly, a little bit more personable, a little bit more talkative, because that $2, it adds up. So if every player, more players, or twice as many players just bet $1 for the dealers, just one single buck on blackjack, craps, whatever it may be, it would make a huge difference to what they can make throughout a day. But for the most part, the dealers would generally look at it as, hey, thanks, we really appreciate the bet, but they would prefer it to go up. And more importantly, it's not because of the money. It's because it feels like the dealers are invested in the game. Feels like they are playing the game as well. Almost every single dealer started out as a gambler and is still a gambler. Some of the most hardcore gamblers I know are dealers. Some of the most degenerate gamblers I know are dealers. So the dealers like to be involved in the game. It makes them more invested in it. Even better for the dealers is when they get something like this and the player says it's player control, and then says do what you want with it. Because now the dealer gets to kind of mess around, kind of play around with it, and see if they can build it up. Right? Because that's when you'll see things like like a 9 roll, and you see the dealer pay the $1, and then put it on the 5 maybe. And they'll play around, they'll try and build it up. Now, at what point do the dealers prefer to start making some money, I would actually say when they're proper. When the bet is proper, I would recommend, once you've pressed it up to where it's, say, $8 or $6 on the 8, I would then recommend a press one unit. They're only going to collect the dollar this time around, right? But if it hits again, they're going to collect $9. No, I'm sorry, $8. They're going to collect $8. I don't know where I got $9 from. They're going to collect $8 on that one. If it hits again, they're going to collect $15. And it adds up pretty quick. The bets are still growing, and they're now able to collect, to draw down some money. Also, if you're going to put the deal on the pass line, it's always nice if you put some odds in. Although if you're planning on doing that, a lot of times I recommend that they hold on to it and then place the point. Put that $3 down. Although it's kind of a wash. On a 5 or 9, that's going to pay $4 total. On a 4 or 10, that's going to pay $5 total. And just like this, it would still pay $4 or $5. The reason I recommend this, unless you're really, really nice, or plan on replacing that every 7 winner on the come out roll, and 11 winner, and so on and so forth. A lot of times it comes down fairly quickly during come out roll and doesn't go back up. So if you're going to put it back up, cool. That's a very nice bet as well. I actually know a few dealers that when they go out and play, their bets for the dealers are always like that. They don't do the place bets for the dealers. However, they don't do $1 and $2. They're more likely doing 5 and 10 for the dealers, and then they've got their own bets up there. If they have any bets up there at all, they may just be place bettors. And the reason they say they do that is because they want the game to flow faster. So they put the dealers over there, so the dealers don't have to worry about place bets and presses and so on and so forth. Just keep it rolling. Just keep it rolling with the standard bets and standard presses. Hard ways are always appreciated by the dealers, especially if you bring it back up every single time it comes down. And if you are the type that does that, then regular hard ways is perfectly fine. Piggyback to yourself. Dealers certainly do not mind a one-time parlay. So if you piggyback it to yourself and you both parlay, great. Dealers definitely don't mind. Dealers aren't going to be super pleased with a parlay because then the odds of it hitting just go so astronomically low that it's awesome when it does happen. But or just partial parlays, partial presses. Put the dealer up for $1. If it hits, say, hey, make it look like 5. If that hits again, say, hey, make it look like 10 or 15. So they're still dropping some money down. It's increasing, but they're still dropping some money down. The other prop bets, the 11s, always nice to see on a come-out roll. Dealers hit those fairly often. The 12s, the 2s, stuff like that. They're nice. They hit fairly rare, but they are appreciated. But the dealer's favorite bets are either going to be the place bets under player control, or dealer control, or hard ways. Pass line bet is always appreciated. Always, always, always. In fact, I can't think of a single dealer toke that is not appreciated. They appreciate all dealer bets. Because I'll tell you that player that bets $1 for the dealer on the pass line once an hour is a 1 in 30, 1 in 40 player. The huge majority of people that play craps do not ever tip the dealers. That is actually why dealers don't generally, the best crap dealers don't like to work at keep your own houses where the tokes are not spread throughout all the dealers on the shift. Those few places that are like that, the typically 5-man dealer crews, they don't get a break every hour. They get a break every hour and 20 minutes because they have a blackjack table added in. On craps, it's not like blackjack where you see a new hand every 10 to 15 seconds. Even if it's a 0.7 out, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes per hand. So you're getting it at the minimum, maybe 5-10% of the hands that you would on blackjack. So you get a lot less dealer bets than you would on blackjack because it's not flowing as fast. You're not seeing as many hands. You're not seeing as many winners, as many losers. Plus, in general, most craps players are so focused on their own bets and trying to keep track of their own money, and because of how expensive it is to get into a craps game, there's far less dealer bets. For me, I like to put the dealers across under player control. I just add $6 to whatever strategy I may be doing. Other dealer friends of mine, like I said, up on the pass line or don't pass. But think of it this way: if you're at a decent place that say has a $25 minimum tables, well, you can go into a blackjack table, $25 minimum blackjack table with a couple $100, and you see eight hands. If you come to a $25 minimum craps table, unless you were only doing a pass line bet and nothing else, $200 is absolutely not going to be enough. So people typically have a lot more money invested into the craps tables, so they have a lot less that they're willing to put out for the dealers. It's just the way of the world, just the way it goes. But I hope this does answer your question. Thank you very much for emailing it to us, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.